guys hear about this EMT thing?
Oh.
What happened?
Jimmy was tweeting about it.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure you talked about it yesterday.
Yeah. Actually, we didn't get to it.
Oh, God. I figured it was old news.
The EMT, he apparently was a fan of the show.
Was he?
Yeah. And he had some racist tweets, as they call them, racist. He had a picture, his profile pic was Hitler, and he had some anti-Semitic and racist tweets.
Yeah.
And boy, they were onto him. Found out, and he's suspended now.
The Post outed him.
Yeah.
And somebody sent me a link, and they go, hey, what about this guy? So I looked for a minute, and it said, hey, guy, his real name is said. So I'm like, fuck him, he's a troll. I didn't care. And, because another guy not using his real name on Twitter. But I got such a barrage of angry response.
Yes,
and it was a bunch of fuck
that.
you, you're this, so I just respond in kind. Fuck you, blocked, cunt, dot, It's all that to me.
Yeah.
But one guy said something that made sense, or that guy, he said something about this guy wasn't a troll. He was just telling dirty jokes. Like he was just, and he was bashing the mayor.
He's playing a character.
But I mean, he was just being a guy telling dirty, and I changed the way I felt about it. Because, that's just that PC shit. There's a difference between guys who are just being dirty on Twitter and having fun, and guys that are just going up and bothering everybody under a fake name.
Yeah.
So I feel really bad for this guy. It's like, of course they suspended him. And like, the Post has nothing better to do but target fucking white people telling dirty jokes.
Well, the Association of Black Firefighters in New York, as opposed, not to be confused with the Association of White Firefighters. Oh, right, there isn't one. They're calling for this guy's firing immediately.
Yeah, sure.
Why
would they stand up for his right for free speech or to say things that they don't like? Why would they?
Yeah.
Why would they?
I guess he called Bloomberg King Jew. Is that what he would call him?
King Hebe.
King Hebe. Oh, my God.
Resorts World New York. Minutes, not hours away.
What?
Never before has so much.
Ooh, that sounds like a great place. Roulette, baccarat, commercials on the internet. We all got to deal with them.
Yeah.
It's a whole new world out there, the internet's. Not like the old days. You want to see porn? Boom, porn.
There it is.
There it is. There's a lot more to choose from these days.
Yes, there is.
I do enjoy it. There. Now we're ready for the clip. I yapped through that.
The FDNY suspended tonight, accused of making racist remarks on Twitter. It is the second Twitter tirade by a member of the fire service in as many weeks.
Yeah.
CBS 2's Jessica Schneider reports.
Oh, if you're black, you could.
Step off the property, please.
EMS Lieutenant Timothy DeLuhos barely opening the door of his Staten Island home and refusing to talk about the tweets that could cost him his job.
Oh, look, a wow.
Think that someone with
Oh,
these
boy.
types of views,
Did you
with
see
these types
that?
of attitudes should not be.
Go back a little. Go back to show his page.
His avatar.
And refusing to talk about the
That right
tweets.
there. I see a wow over there.
Oh, wow, okay.
And
Right here.
and then down there.
Up
Up
in the left
there.
corner.
Oh boy.
Just waiting for them to connect,
That's great.
connect us to the story.
All right. Well, they've already fastened me onto George Zimmerman's brother's
You made Gawker.
tweets. I make Gawker.
Really?
Yeah. Me and him were tweeting some things, and they were calling him a racist, obviously, and then I get called racist by proxy because I'm commenting on, legitimate statistical information and other things about the Trayvon Martin case, and then other high-profile or low-profile, based on mainstream media, cases that have been happening in the news that are racially, either racially motivated or race plays some kind of part in it. And, of course, I consider it a win when someone just goes, "You're fucking racist," because it takes the whole need to be educated about a subject out of the mix. Because if someone can't argue one-on-one with facts, they throw racist at you and think that's going to make you go, "Hey, I'm not a racist." I'm like, well, all right, argument over. I win.
But what about the fucking guy who shot that baby in the face? And it's a terrible crime. But it's like the racial component's not even meant. Like, if that was reversed,
No,
even
oh
if
my
it was
God.
reversed, it's just a robbery.
Dude.
But if two white guys robbed a black woman and said, give me
shot
your
her
money,
baby in the face.
and she didn't have the money, and the one guy shot her in the leg, and the other guy goes, I'll shoot your baby, and then walked over and shot the baby in the face.
It would be on the news right now.
It's all they'd be talking about.
All they'd be talking about. You'd have Reverend Al and fucking Jesse Jackson and all the regular players up on the screens talking about how this is a horrible, obviously racially motivated shooting. Now, they barely talk about the racial component, like you said. It's the teen.
The two teens.
Two teens that did this. They were robbing the woman. They shot her in the side of the face and skinned her, and then shot her above the knee, and then just walked up to her stroller and pointed the gun in the baby's face and shot the baby in the face.
Shot the baby in the fucking face.
It's just
and
fucking...
it's not. But yet, the front page of the Post is this fucking fireman telling dirty jokes that have nigger in them. Like, that's your... What is wrong with us?
That's your dirty joke is much worse than a baby getting shot in the face.
Let's see the rest of the news story.
Yeah, it's terrible.
That could cost him his job.
We think that someone with these types of views, with these types of attitudes,
Vulcan
should
Society.
not be employed by the
Doesn't look
New
like
York City
Spock.
Fire Department.
Leaders of the Vulcan
He
Society,
should not
which
be
represents
in the
black
New York
firefighters, are calling
City Fire Department. I am with the Vulcan Society. Live long and prosper.
And why couldn't a guy with those views fucking work in the fire department? Why not?
If you pull up
free country.
black firefighters' Twitters, I'm sure you'll find some pretty fucking inflammatory shit. And I'm not even saying you might. I bet you will. As a matter of fact, I'll look into that this evening.
Alongside a bottle of wine.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We'll have answers tomorrow.
My bottle of wine and my anger.
All right.
That's what I sleep with.
Full report tomorrow.
for Duluhos's ouster. Just days ago, he tweeted about the controversial police shooting of armed teenager Kamani Gray. He was a perp and died like a perp. Oh well.
Yeah.
Another message about Mayor Bloomberg
He was.
read, that's how King Jew sees it. Ban all guns and shooting will go down in NYC, but it's the criminals with the guns. Duluhos's Twitter icon features a picture of Adolf Hitler, and he...
And a wow.
A wow.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Why didn't they pick up on that?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's great. Oh, my goodness.
This fucking makes me hate the media so much more. It makes me hate them.
Oh, man.
recently tweeted, a gold Nazi-era pin with a German U-boat and a swastika is my most prized artifact. Just last week, Fire Commissioner Sal Pisano's son Joe resigned from EMS after sending out offensive tweets about the poor, blacks, Jews, and women. Mayor Bloomberg says the tweets of two
Poor black Jew
FDNY
women?
employees should not ruin the
niche
reputation
insult.
of the rest of the department.
To blast them and to insinuate that they are something they're not, that they're racist or homophobic or whatever the case may be, I think is just an outrage. That's not my experience.
Lieutenant Duluhos works right here at EMS Station 57 in the Bedford-Stuyvesant section of Brooklyn,
CBS News.
but he's been suspended without pay for 30 days, and his continued employment is under review. In Brooklyn, Jessica Schneider, CBS 2 News.
Done.
The mayor says he just doesn't understand why people don't think before they tweet. He warned city workers to be careful before they post anything on social media. The man caught on camera sucker
Girl's
punch-
hot.
How is that
Sucking around forever.
Wait, is this the man caught on camera who sucker punched?
Down in the fucking subway by Times Square, 42nd Street subway.
What happened?
Fucking animal is standing there, and this dummy who obviously doesn't want to insult anyone or seem like he's profiling is just standing there. And obviously the guy says something to him, and then you see the black guy kind of looks around and fucking clocks him right in the face and robs him.
White guy?
Well, yeah, he was a white guy, and the black guy punched him in the face.
Did they mention that in the story?
Why would they? They show the video of it, but, and again, it's just like, and I go, I absolutely would have profiled that guy in the subway. I would have, profiled him and taken defensive action. And someone goes, oh, so if a black guy says hello to you on the street, you pull your gun out? Did I say that? I said I'd have postured myself differently. I'd have walked away from him. I wouldn't have let him get near me. He looked like he was going to be a problem. So I fucking would have gotten away from him. You could see it in his eyes. He's looking around like, is someone going to see me? And then, bam, punches him right in the face. Oh, it's terrible. But this guy's in big trouble. This guy's losing his job.
I know.
He's losing his job.
That's the fucking, that's the bad behavior. The guy, I was really happy I fucking followed up on that and look, he was just a guy fucking telling dirty jokes.
Yeah.
And these fucking assholes went after him.
Yep. How did the news get him?
I don't know. Someone told me his tweets were protected too. I don't know if they were. Huh. It was just more fake outrage by white people trying to scold other white people so their own fucking shit is concealed. It's so irritating.
And now assholes like fucking Gawker are obviously trying to like put me in some position where
what are they saying about you over there?
Nothing. They just added me to their page with Robert Zimmerman, with George Zimmerman's brother, and racist tweets. They were calling them racist tweets, but meanwhile, you know.
When did this hit? Yesterday?
Yeah.
You're on Mediaite, too.
Oh, Mediaite? Yeah. Yeah, see, and there's mine. Now, for no reason, they throw mine up there, too.
Well, what does it say?
Mine said, fucking white people making black people do these horrid things. We must change our ways so black teens won't do this. And it's a link to the story about the black teen that shot the white baby in the face.
What a great fucking tweet that is.
Yeah, it's just, hey, that's what it is. There you go. Because obviously that's the liberal thought process anyway. So, it should be making them happy. I'm saying, come on, white people.
And then
it's our fault. We got to do something.
And then Robert Zimmerman Jr. Replied to that? Is that how this is working on Mediaite? And what did he write?
Yeah. Well, his whole thing is he was comparing two pictures. One of the baby killer flipping the bird on some kind of social media, and Trayvon flipping the bird, and saying like this. These are the images. And his point was these are the images that the news doesn't show. They always try to portray these people as these young, innocent, wayward children, when meanwhile they're thugs. But then they catch on and say, why would Robert Zimmerman try to portray this child murderer, like Trayvon? He's trying to equate the two. It's totally different. It's like, no, he was commenting on the media and the media's portrayal of people and not them actually putting them together and saying they're the same.
And that's what the media does. It's like the media's like a big girlfriend.
Yes.
You never communicate well with them.
Right.
It's like when you scold them properly, they turn it around and they start talking about like, well, no, Trayvon is not the same as, even if you're attacking them.
And they were calling him racist and saying he needs to apologize for trying to equate Trayvon, who was a victim, with this killer who was a murderer. It's like, that wasn't his point.
How did they call you a racist, though?
No, Gawker hates me. And they just decided to put my tweet up there also to try to drag me into it or something.
How do you know they hate you?
They've commented before on shit that I've said. They're liberal trash is what they are. So fuck them. Fuck them. I don't care. I've never tweeted anything that I have to worry about or think I've stepped over the line. I don't just tweet fucking, hate speech. I tweet fucking discussions that are based in race. And people instantly call you out as a racist because as a white guy, you can't discuss race. That is one of the biggest problems in this country. You can't even talk about it. It's astounding.
People should be supporting this Bluehost guy because, and again, I see a difference between him and a guy who's trolling other people. There's a huge difference to me between a guy just fucking having a good time and telling nasty, shitty jokes, and a guy purposely antagonizing people and then hiding.
Yeah.
So I think people should support this guy and fucking, because people who want you fired call up and protest, but people who don't want you fired don't call up and support you.
No, they don't say anything.
They don't support you. So people got to start supporting. If people who wanted him not fired were as vocal as people who wanted him fired, he wouldn't be fired.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be.
It really is. We're in a weird place with this social media.
Wow.
There's really no First Amendment. There really isn't. You can't. There's no freedom of speech, and it's not even, protected speech. If you're inciting a riot or panic or something, obviously that isn't protected speech. But offensive speech is absolutely protected speech. And they just throw that out the window. But they say, like, well, it's just the consequences of it. It's like, yeah, but if you hang a threat over something, then it doesn't just become the consequence. You're restricting what people can say because you're threatening them with some type of action to their job or whatever. So you're really curtailing the freedom of speech with a threat, which isn't right. People don't understand that people are free to offend you. People are absolutely free to say shit that you don't want to fucking hear.
Well, the bosses are obviously looking at all this stuff.
Yeah.
In all these job sites, certainly.
Oh, yeah.
Puts you in a bad spot. That's why people make fake accounts and shit now.
Why do the bosses even care? Like, who cares? This is just people talking shit around the water cooler. That's all it is.
Because you'll get interest groups that will contact the boss and say, we're going to protest or boycott your company because you employ these horrid people. And again, your free speech is gone because there's threats that they like to just call consequences for your actions, but it's not really. It's you should be able to say whatever the fuck you want to say.
Well, it's the same nonsense
within the law.
Same nonsense we dealt with in radio.
Yep, yeah. For many years,
we followed all the rules, but as soon as you start, talking about Asians or something, even though we're not breaking any rules, the special interest groups have the power, and they go to the bosses, and that's all it takes.
Yep,
it's quite similar here.
Trouble. Everyone gets in trouble.